Hey, thanks again for pressing play, and welcome once again to another edition of the Suns Jam Session podcast, co-streaming on the Suns Geek YouTube channel. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day to hang out with us and talk about the Phoenix Suns getting off the schneid, quite honestly. 120 to 111, a 9-point win over the Dallas Mavericks. But they were up by 31 at one point in this game. So there's definitely a lot to talk about in this game. It's one of those games where halfway through the game, you're like, hey, I could do some laundry. I could fold some laundry. I could step away. But the Suns keep you excited and keep you engaged. And hopefully that's what you will be during this podcast. If you happen to be watching along live on our YouTube channels at Suns Jam or at Suns Geek on the YouTubes, make sure you check us out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you rate. Make sure you review. And this podcast in its audio form is coming to you on the Believe Podcast Network, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, where I put my bet down today. It was Booker 6 assists, and Booker ended with 6 assists. So I've been hitting on some of those pretty with a lot of regularity. You know what I realized with FanDuel? Once I stopped betting football, I actually started making money. I'm like, oh yeah, because I watch football, but you just never know what the fuck's going to happen. But basketball, I kind of have a good idea. So. If you happen to be listening to this, again, thank you for doing so. Let's talk about this game. A lot to talk about. It's going to be me. It's going to be Matthew. It's going to be Suns Geek. Coming up next, I just almost clicked the end stream. So, whoa, that was close.
Session podcast, shooting the shit about the Suns since 2019.
Gentlemen, what is going on? I am so excited to do this live stream with you, especially considering I just almost ended it all. So I'm happy that we're all here. Matthew, how you doing?
Oh, good. It would have been as quick as this game was over, right? Well, I mean, it wasn't really that over in the fourth quarter, but I mean, this stream at 1 second, record timing.
Yeah.
Great,
Suns Geek,
great
how you doing this evening, man? Nice. Are those new headphones you're rocking there, Suns Geek?
Uh-oh, I think I'm having some issues.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, I can hear John a little bit.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
I'm going to mute Suns Geek while he figures out his technical. It looks like he has brand new headphones, and he's trying to hook them up. And, of course, technical issues always happen. Yeah, they're wireless, and that's how they get you, man, those wireless ones.
Extra money, though.
Yeah. So, an interesting game here, 120 to 111. The Phoenix Suns win. They end their 3-game home losing streak, and they end their overall 2-game losing streak. And they avoided going 0-3 in 3 consecutive games, which happened at the very beginning of the season. And that's one thing I liked about this team. When they do lose, they don't lose in chunks like we've seen in the past. But still, I got a question.
Matthew, I've got to ask.
So, Matthew, I got to ask in this one. The Suns are up by as much as 31 points in this game. They're up 21 points in the fourth quarter. And the Dallas Mavericks get it down to 6 points. Now, twice in the past week, we've seen the Suns in the fourth quarter have trouble closing out opponents. They couldn't close out the Golden State Warriors last Thursday, and Dallas brought it back. Are you worried in any capacity about the Suns' ability to close against, let's be frank, subpar competition?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I laugh a lot with your questions. I don't know why in response.
That's hilarious.
It's such a good time here. John, are you serious, this question? No, it's just, I think everyone in the NBA is just ready for the All-Star break. I mean, there's fights happening now. Almost every game, it seems like. The one that happened with the Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets, the best game of the year. And there was a big brawl, but I feel like everyone's feeling that. The high-tempered energy, they're ready to rest, they're ready to come back after the All-Star break and kind of get things rolling. I really do think this Suns team, even though we think they're immaculate at playing hard every possession, in the back of their minds, they're thinking, I need some rest. And I think it's okay to be that way. It's okay to get the victory this way, where you let the team back in and you still get the W, because we're all happy as Suns fans. But we know you're going to be a little bit excited to get into the All-Star break, go to the Bahamas, whatever you're going to do on your break, come back refreshed. You got about 30 plus games left in the season. and just, I don't know, like, let's go on a run. Let's see what happens.
What do you think, Suns Geek?
Yeah, first off, sorry about my little connection issues there. But yeah, I think every team in the NBA should be ready for the NBA All-Star break. Even the team that we're playing tomorrow, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are like 5-5 in their last 10 without SGA and all that. But yeah, I mean, but to answer kind of the second part of the question, I don't really know if this is going to answer the question because I kind of have mixed reviews on it. It's like, this is basketball, man. Like, these are the best players in the world. You know what I mean? Teams go on runs like we saw tonight. Like, the Suns were up by like 30 something, and then all of a sudden the Mavericks go on a 10-0 run. That happened like a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Mavericks did a good job of like fighting back, especially in that second half. This game was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. But at the same time, like you mentioned, it's like subpar competition. The Mavericks have lost like 7 in a row coming into the nice game as well. They've obviously had a nightmare of a season. So you kind of want to see the Phoenix Suns like put their foot on the gas, kick them while they're down. The Suns do have to learn how to do that. And hopefully after NBA All-Star break, they can learn how to do that.
Yeah, I think my takeaway is kind of a blend of what both of you are saying. Is this has been an exciting and, you know, relative to expectations, a great first 2/3 of the season, because the All-Star break doesn't happen at the halfway point. But teams are tired, mentally tired. And you see that finish line around the corner, even though you're locked in and you're a professional athlete. It's the same. Like, I have a 3-day weekend this upcoming weekend. Okay. President's Day weekend, you know, yeah, Suns Geek, you got it too.
Yep.
I'm already thinking about it, man. It's Tuesday. So it's like human nature is going to, in some capacity, take the foot off the proverbial gas in certain situations. Now, you could make the argument that great teams don't do that. And if you want the Suns to be a great team, they wouldn't do that. And I won't deter your argument. I won't say, you know what, that's incorrect. I agree that that is correct. But that being said, I'm not shocked by it. Am I disappointed by it? That's a different story. I'm still pissed about the Warriors game. I was talking to somebody at work about it, and I'm like, man, I am still upset about that. I'm still frustrated with the way that they lost it. And watching this tonight, we're up 21 points in the fourth quarter, and ultimately the Suns are outscored in the fourth quarter 36-24.
Ouch.
They almost give up a 40 spot to the Dallas Mavericks, who are an actively tanking team. When you start Tyus Jones as your starting point guard, you are tanking.
I resent that fact.
I fortify that fact. So you are actively trying not to win games. As I'm looking at the subreddit for the opposing team and see what Mavericks fans are discussing, trying to see if they have any observations on the Suns that we'll go over during the subreddit stakeout, all they're doing is thanking the Mavericks for tanking. Like, look at that starting lineup. Way to go, J-Kid. Yet the Suns allow them the opportunity to come back in this game. So it's disappointing to see that, because the reputation that this team has developed this season is one of aggression, is one of disruption, and is one of focus. And all three of those things are not present in the past week. And that is something that's disappointing. And although I understand the human factor that comes into play when the All-Star break lies ahead, it is still an area of concern for me.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think with these guys, like I said last pod, that are healthy coming back, it does kind of mix things up a little bit to where guys, you know, have to kind of feel themselves again, get their feet underneath them. It's going to take a little bit of a while. And you saw it today, the way they started the game. I mean, out of the gates, like, they looked incredible. And you're going to see that more and more as the season progresses after the All-Star break. But right now, this team, it's just, they need a break. I'm exhausted watching them. I'm exhausted looking at Colin Gillespie, who looks like he's about to pass out like Steve Nash in like the finals back in 2005 or whatever. Like, that's the way he looks right now. And these guys are overexerted, but they still pulled out of their ass to end in the fourth quarter to get the victory, with Dylan Brooks is hitting big shots. So they find a way to win. They beat a Mavericks team, like you said, that's tanking, but they still play hard as hell, right? This Mavericks team, like, they still don't give up. Obviously, that's the way Cooper Flag plays. So they're not going to give up, and they're going to make it tough on the Suns. And the Suns kind of just wanted, I feel like, to get this one over when they're up by like 30 points in the second quarter. So,
yeah. So I think we should start with the burn book.
The Suns Jam Session Burn Book.
The Suns Jam Session Burn Book.
Now, I'm starting with this obviously because I think there's a lot more positive things that happen in this game than negative things. So I want to just kind of go over some things very quickly relative to the negative things that happened, and they're not necessarily all Suns related. I think the thing that we start with is the obvious, and that's the fact that the Dallas Mavericks shot 44 free throws in this game, and the Suns
Yeah.
shot 9. That the personal foul discrepancy was 27-12. 27-12. The Suns committed 27 personal fouls, and the Mavericks committed 12. Suns Geek, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, can I just read you guys a tweet from our good friend, So Says Jay, from the Fanning the Flames podcast?
But of course.
Dear Matt Ishbia, can you ask Brian Spurl, I hope I said that name right, and Albert Sanders Jr. about the over bias that Tyler Ford has against Devin Booker and the Suns? Sincerely, literally everyone. Again, man, it was Tyler Ford and his crew, man. Remember that disaster, horrific officiating game against the Lakers, I believe, back in December. This was like a 99-cent version of that. You know what I mean? I mean, you said it right there. What, 40-something free throws? That's ridiculous, man. Like, look, we're going to talk about Cooper Flagg later. I think that guy's going to be an all-star for many years to come, blah, blah, blah. But he was getting a whistle tonight like LeBron James, like SGA, like Giannis. It was ridiculous, man. And it seemed like it kind of got worse and worse as the quarter went on, man. So definitely the officiating, Tyler Ford, the many free throws, which definitely derailed the game. Now, the Suns kind of are at fault for some of that, but we can talk about that later. But still, that's in my burn book. It was a disaster. It was bad, man.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the stat. I mean, watching the game, you knew the Suns were just launching threes. They were kind of just running away with the game. They were having fun. I didn't see a whole lot of complaining on the Suns side. I know that Dylan Brooks got a tech at the end, but I think he was just talking shit to some player. But, you know, Jalen Green was complaining here and there, but it didn't look like he was really drawing too much contact. So I was surprised to see that. And obviously I wasn't really watching for it this game. But yeah, like Suns Geek says, like there's something with Cooper Flagg. Like he is getting every call right now, like a veteran. So it's tough when that team like the Mavericks are very physical. Suns are usually very physical. But in tonight's game, shooting 53s, like they were just trying to end this one quickly and early.
Yeah, so Cooper Flagg, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. He was 8-20 overall from the field, 27 points, 5 total rebounds, a couple assists. And again, the challenge here is as the game progressed, as Suns Geek mentioned, there were numerous times when they would show a replay of a Cooper Flagg shot, and literally like no one touched him. But the angle that the official was standing at, you could see why they might have called it, because it looked like there was a potential for contact, but there was actually no contact. And it was just one of those games that's just poorly officiated in that capacity, to where, again, one team was allowed to play physical and the other one wasn't. Now, to Matthew's point, the Suns weren't pressing too much. They were chucking a lot of threes. They shot 102 total field goals, and 50 of them were from beyond the arc. So that 3-point rate was really high, just shy of 50%. So they weren't necessarily engaging in contact, whereas the Mavericks were. The Mavericks were 5 of 22 from beyond the arc. They weren't shooting a ton from deep. They were attacking the paint, and that's going to be the payoff. So it's kind of one of those, you can blame the officials, but you can also tip your hat to the strategy of Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks, because that was their strategy. We're going to attack. We're going to try to put guys in foul trouble, and mission accomplished. Royce O'Neal, 4 fouls. Devin Booker, 4 fouls. Jordan Goodwin, 4 fouls. Oso Iguodala, 4 fouls. Amir Coffey, 4 fouls. I mean, that was their strategy. It worked, and it kept them around in the game. But ultimately, you know, their ineffectiveness from beyond the arc, the fact that of those 44 free throws, they gave up 12 points because they only made 32 of them. That's what kind of ultimately hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Suns Geek? I nailed it, didn't I?
You nailed it. I don't really know if I have anything else to say. Again, some of this is kind of on the Suns, though, in a way, but I think that's just because they kind of took their foot off the gas. But you pretty much nailed it there, though.
Anything else you guys have in your burn book?
Yeah, just really quick. This guy.
Your villain junior is Colin Gillespie.
And I call it
Gillespie.
I mean, this guy needs to go to the beach, burn that skin, get a little bit of sun, and just relax. Because after getting 30 against the Trailblazers and going off, I mean, he's had a horrible game, back-to-back games. and it's okay. We expect it. It's one of those things where I was talking about last pod. I'm like, with Jalen Green coming back, you never know how these guys adjust to that. I mean, you see if Colin Gillespie's playing and he sees Jalen Green on the bench and he's just like, he feels good because he's on the bench in street clothes. All of a sudden he's not. He's working himself back in the game time decisions and stuff like that. Like, then it's going to kind of enter his mind a little bit. Kind of he has to adjust to that. So give him a little bit of time, but it's not the same Colin Gillespie right now. It's a totally different dude out there in the last few games.
I agree with you on the offensive part, but his playmaking was pretty damn good tonight. I'll give him that. Like, a lot of the Suns sequences and like highlights of this game, he was on like the back end of those because he did really well playmaking tonight. But I do agree though, a little bit of a break, get some practice time in, vacation, all that fun stuff. Hopefully he can come back and drop 20 or 30.
He ended with 5 total assists or 5 total points. He was the best plus minus, but that's a one game stat. He had 8 assists, as Suns Geek noted. He had 9 rebounds, which really kind of pissed me off because I needed 2 more rebounds out of Jordan Goodwin for a little parlay there on the old FanDuel. I had like a 5-leg parlay, and everything else hit. Jalen Brunson threes, Kevin Durant threes, Amen Thompson rebounds, Devin Booker assists, and then there's like Colin Gillespie's out rebounding Jordan Goodwin. I'm like, what is this? But in the same capacity, we're starting to hit that point where Jalen Green is going to start to get his sea legs under him, proverbially, and Colin Gillespie's going to return to the bench, and that's the order of things. That's what's going to happen, and that adjustment's going to happen. So he's going to have the ability to be a little bit more efficient when he comes off the bench, because 2 of 11 from the field last game, 2 of 7 tonight. A couple bad games relative to his overall offense, but his playmaking, as Suns Geek noted, and his rebounding was really good tonight. So he's a bookmark in my burn book. He's not actually in my burn book.
We got Shams over here with his phone going off. Is there any updated?
What do we got?
What's going on behind the scenes?
Breaking news.
Tell me the
Right side.
So there's a lot of good things to take away from this game. And I think I'll start with Booker, man.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Big Dick Booker.
So Booker in this game ends 7 of 16 from the field, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 19 points. He has those 6 assists, as previously mentioned, 4 total fouls, 4 total rebounds. But in my opinion, he's the difference in this game. Because, again, the challenge that we ran into in the same kind of situation against the Golden State Warriors less than a week ago was in that fourth quarter. We didn't have a Devin Booker. We didn't have a steadying force. The fourth quarter tonight, he has 3 points, but he has a steal and 3 assists. And again, you saw them run offense, and what he did is what Dylan Brooks doesn't do, is he passes the fucking ball. Because they were throwing double teams at him, or if they were being aggressive, he would pass out of it. Hey, Jordan Goodwin, here you go. Okay, let's reset. Whereas Dylan would just dribble the air out of the ball, bounce it off his shoe, go get it. And like everyone's like standing there, like trying to flag him down, like SOS, got help. We're stuck on an island. You're a helicopter. He's the helicopter, just like flies right by the island because he's so focused. He's like, I've got to go land this thing and be the hero. So it's like we didn't need a hero, baby. It was Devin Booker the way he played tonight, guys.
My girlfriend's dad was staying with us for about 2 weeks, and we watched probably 5 or 6 Suns game in between then. And he was like, hey, that Devin Booker does not pass the ball. I'm like, hold on, wait, what? Booker passes the ball. He's like, oh, wait, no, Dylan Brooks. I'm like, yeah, no, he doesn't. Because this is the first time he's really watched the Suns. He's like, yeah, Brooks does not pass the ball.
No,
and
he's a black hole.
With Booker coming back, it doesn't phase Brooks. It really doesn't. Brooks did talk about how Devin Booker is the all-star of the team, obviously. And maybe if there was one more injury on the world side, I think Dylan Brooks might have had a chance to make the all-star game. He is just playing like his all-star self. He's going to shoot the shots and get the technical. It's going to frustrate you. We're only up by 6, and you're like, I can't wait to jump on the pod and just pulverize this dude and get it all over with and call him a B word. I'm just joking. But I think tell him to go to hell like Draymond Green. But he doesn't. He hits big shots at the end of the game. He's going to take the big shots always. And it's one thing where usually guys have to kind of fall back in line. He's not doing that. He might be our main source of offense moving forward, unless in the All-Star break they change things up. But he might be that guy just because of how hot we've been playing and how good we've been without Devin Booker and Jalen Green. that he can just be that guy for us, and we might have to be okay with it. Because I don't know if you guys disagree, but I do think that Devin Booker is kind of taking a step back a little bit offensively, and they're kind of sharing that role. But Brooks is always, like you said, going to get his shots. He's not going to pass the ball, so he's always going to have the more points at the end of the game. It's just going to be a thing.
That's what's kind of tricky about our season and Devin Booker, because obviously he's an all-star. He's been playing at an all-star level, but like, with the Jalen Green injuries, kind of the inconsistency with this team in terms of like rotations, lineups, again, injuries and all that, it might seem like Devin Booker has took a step back. And sometimes he has these like weird games where like he'll stuff the stat sheet, but he'll have like a not a great shooting night. And I kind of feel like that was tonight, except for in that second half, because he had 3 fouls early on in this game. And to my knowledge, he wasn't shooting that well. And then he ends up finishing the game, 19 points, 7 for 16 from the field, 6 assists, 2 steals. Now he did have 3 turnovers, but I felt like he was more calm, cool, and collective kind of in that second half, which again helped us win the game. And then Dylan Brooks, it's the whole Dylan Brooks experience. You know what I mean? He had 15 points in the first quarter. He was cooking out there and then pretty much went ice cold. I don't know if that's because the Mavericks might have honed in on him, or maybe he was just taking way too many shots and not passing the ball, like you mentioned. And by the way, I just want to credit Devin Booker. There was a couple times tonight where he could have scored, like whether it was like on a post up or an ISO or something like that. He dished it off to Jalen Green. I'm like, good, like give the ball to Jalen Green. So maybe we can talk about Jalen Green.
Oh yeah, we will. Trust me. And to fortify my point on Devin Booker, I like what I saw from Devin. He, again, to Suns Geek's point, the way that he's passing the ball and trying to get people involved in the offense, that's what's going to ultimately make this team successful. Like Dylan's going to take advantage of that. If you're going to give him the ball, he's like, sweet, I go score now. Me take ball, me put in hoop. And he had 23 points, as you mentioned, 15 in the first.
Yep.
He was 1 of 10 from deep. He took 26 shots to get 23 points. Dylan Brooks is not the answer offensively. Again, as time progresses and Jalen Green starts to get more integrated into this offense, my hope is that, like, if Dylan's taking 15 shots tonight, I am 100% for that, because he'll probably go 6 of 15. He'll get you about 18 points. He'll hit a couple threes if you're lucky. He'll get no assists because he doesn't pass the ball. But it's something about wearing number 3. It's like him, Kelly Oubre, Bradley Beal. You give them the ball, it's a black hole, and you never see the ball again. Only Chris Paul passed out of it. But back to the Devin Booker side, that's his job essentially, is to be kind of a facilitator on this offense. And point book is not a taboo phrase anymore because he does a good job of it. And trust me, as somebody who is watching and hanging every assist tonight, you look at 3 turnovers, you're like, assist to turnover ratio 2-1. I will say that 2 of those turnovers were literally like lob passes, and they weren't great lob passes. But like Mark Williams should have had them and dunked them, and he just didn't. They were just a little behind. So you do note that Booker didn't give him great passes, but they were good passes. So it's like a lot of his turnovers, these weren't like Kevin Durant bouncing it off of his foot right to the opposition so they can run a fast break.
Yeah, whenever those alley-oop passes actually are, on the other end, like being received well, I think that we have to actually worry about Devin Booker and if he's an elite or something like that, because he still can't do that. Those passes are just miserable to watch, and I don't know why he still does it, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, he throws it and hits off the glass. It's like, is he not embarrassed by the way he throws those lob passes? Like, why is he still doing it? Because he's never been good at it. It's just a crazy thing that he still does.
Practice that.
Or just pull for a jump shot instead of lobbing it. I just don't do it. Don't embarrass.
Yeah, but that was always the DA, because DA couldn't catch him. He just started shooting him, and all of a sudden he had great stats. It's like, why is that? It's because like he's not passing to DA.
Yeah, but good for
Jalen Green. Green, 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 green. Green, 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 green. Green, green, green.
So Jalen Green, 20 minutes played, 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 8 from deep. Although a couple of those threes that he hit, man, they sure looked crisp. He ended with 12 points off of the bench. He had 4 assists himself, 1 total rebounds, a couple of turnovers himself as well. The most important thing here, gentlemen, is Jalen Green has played in 2 consecutive games that he's not injured.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. What do you guys think? So, Matthew, what do you think of watching Jalen Green out there tonight?
Well, tonight, it wasn't the best game, I feel like. It was cool to see him on the court. Like he said, 2 games back to back. I am a fan of like how he just sucks in the defense offensively. When he gets into the paint, he brings everybody with him. But obviously, the defense has to suck in before he even gets to the perimeter. So right now, like we haven't really had that obviously with him being out, a guy to get to the rim that quickly. But I can't wait for Grayson Allen to be healthy too, along with this guy, because there's going to be so many open threes with that dude. Because the perimeter's going to be sucked in.
Preach.
If not, he's going to burn the dude defensively, get the ball back out, or else finish at the rim. Like the play where him and Booker exchange the passes back and forth quickly, I haven't seen that, I feel like, ever this season with two guys off the Suns. And I think Booker, he's okay getting the rim. He's not much of a slasher, but obviously we know what we have in Jalen Green, who could finish those type of plays that quickly to get it, have great handles, and finish at the rim. It's fun to see, man. It's a different kind of level that the Suns team's going to go to with him offensively. And I can't wait till he's playing 35 minutes a game, because it's going to open up a lot more offensively for everybody.
Preach, Matthew. Absolutely love how you worded that, man. But yeah, I thought he looked pretty damn good tonight, you know, and that's saying something, because we all know he's not 100% yet. But that little transition play where they were running back and forth, passing it to each other, that's what excites me with Jalen Green being on this team. And then I think somebody just mentioned it in the chat too. Even though he got blocked, he went up for this one poster-ish dunk.
I wanted him to finish that so bad.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to Cooper Flagg afterwards. He had his own poster dunk over Dylan Brooks. But still, the fact that Jalen Green is getting there and he's looking more comfortable. And as Matthew said, like when Grayson Allen comes back, like, holy crap, I cannot wait to see this team, just how they run an offense, get threes, you know, pass the ball to each other. It's going to be so exciting to watch. I took a few Jalen Green notes tonight. Some of them we've already talked about. But he started off this game 9 points and 4 for 8 from the field. Like, he looked really comfortable out there. And then, John, you said this earlier. Some of those threes were crisp, man. Like, he does that little, like, ball handle kind of crossover move, just fades back and pops it. Like, that's exciting stuff. He had that little, like, hop step-ish three. He had that drop pass to Oso Ighodaro. I thought he looked pretty good, but really, you guys, it's kind of like we've been talking about. He just has to rack up games with us consistently. Hopefully this All-Star break does him some good as well. And then, I know this sounds a little crazy, even though we have one game left before the All-Star break. I just want to see Jalen Green just let it fly, man. Get those shots under you, because we're going to have, 8 or 9 days off after this. Just let it fly, Jalen Green. Who cares?
Yeah. Tomorrow's like take the training wheels off the bike kind of thing. Yeah, my notes, and it's funny because it's weird how different people absorb the game, because you see some people in the chat and they're like, hey, he looks great, and other people are like, something's wrong with him. So again, people see different things. He looks more confident to me.
Yes.
And I actually noticed in the last game where he kind of played inhibited, where he was just like, you know what, I'm comfortable with where I'm at. I'm going to attack. He still needs to get, from a fatigue standpoint, I think that's the next great step for him, is just getting in game shape for the demand. But like, his quickness is there, as Matthew mentioned. The way the layer that he's going to add to this team as somebody who can just slash and get to the rim at will is really going to provide some great things for this team. I think there's going to be inefficient moments. Tonight was kind of an inefficient night for him. But the way I kind of look at it is like you ever buy a new car and it takes time to get to know its angles, like parking it, right? You're like I drive a truck. If you've ever driven a truck, like, you don't really, it's hard to understand how far away the passenger side front of your truck is as you're trying to park it. And it takes some time.
People ran over.
No, just like very cautious. Like, I'm parking out in the far part of the parking lot and walking extra long, even though it's 100 and hell out in summer, because I'm not confident pulling this thing and parking yet. And that's what I kind of feel like with Jalen Green. Like, we're learning his angles and how he operates and how he gets to his spots, because we don't know what his spots are yet. And as time progresses, we're going to continue to see that. And it's an exciting addition to this team. And again, I just think that he needs to just get his feet under him. And I liked what I saw. I saw from him tonight.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you, Matthew. I don't know if you guys ever had any injuries before, but
not my shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. It's a real thing. Like, you have to really fully trust your body and the recovery process before you're 100% out there. Sorry, Matthew, to get that off my chest.
You're fine. I was kind of just thinking about the trade that happened, obviously, between the Houston Rockets and the Phoenix Suns, and getting those two guys. Dylan Brooks, we never really understood what he really meant to those teams he was on previously till now this season. But Jalen Green, And the Dennis Smith Jr. thing, like Dennis Smith Jr., they would not let go. Dennis Smith, he's not been the same guy. He hasn't really improved. I feel like this season, when I watch those Rockets game, he doesn't stand out to me. So
Who the fuck is Dennis Smith.
who am I saying? What?
Dennis Smith, like the guard who was drafted by the Mavericks in like 2008.
Yeah,
No,
like,
what's the name of the power forward on the Rockets? That they were
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith.
Yeah,
dude.
Completely. Yeah, they wouldn't let him go.
There's like 4 names in the NBA, and I can never get them right. Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck is he talking about Dennis Smith Jr.?
God, remember when we wanted him on the Suns?
Yeah, we thought
that
was
like 10 years ago.
Put him next to Devin Booker.
Yeah.
It'll work.
We just
out.
need a point guard.
Yeah, we got Josh Jackson. God damn it.
But thinking about that trade though, if you're really looking at Smith and you're thinking like he's maybe the main guy that they wanted to keep and just kind of build on, it hasn't really worked too well. Obviously, they're ahead in the standings, but what we have in Jalen Green is something special. But obviously, for me, I keep thinking about in the playoffs how he just didn't perform well, and then just going back to that, it's like, is it going to kind of present itself again? So I don't know if you guys have that anxiety at all, because I'm sure you guys watched some of those reps, obviously in the playoffs. Do you guys have that anxiety where it might come back to where we're seeing some shots like, shit, is this going to be the same guy? Or else are you just like, this is a new chapter for this dude?
I don't personally, because again, this is a season of evaluation, and that's part of the evaluation process. If he goes out there and he's given the opportunity that we've been waiting for him to get, and again, it's unfortunate because of the injury, because now we're 54 games in the season and the evaluation process is ultimately starting. But if he goes out and in this evaluation process, and he doesn't meet the expectations, I honestly think that this team's going to utilize him in some sort of trade. And that's why the back end of the season is so important for him and for this organization, because it's their opportunity to go, you know what, we've got 2 more years of Jalen Green under contract, 33 million, 35 million escalating. And if he is inefficient, if he is somebody who chokes out in the playoffs again, as much as guys on the team might like him or what have you, part of a culture piece he is somebody who, at least locally, we know the fan base is going to start to try to trade and put him in all the mock trades, and it makes sense to do so. So I don't get an anxiety necessarily because there's a possibility that he could fail, because I know that if he does fail, it opens up options for the Suns. If he plays great, it's fantastic for the Suns, but we're not tied to him like a Bradley Beal, where it's like, hey, if he sucks, we're screwed because he's got a no trade clause in his contract.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I agree with both of you. Like, it is kind of in the back of my head, but like, I'm honestly just focused on the next game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like Jalen Green. We have a long way to the playoffs. He just needs to rack up games first.
Yes.
Let's just get him to have like 5 or 10 straight games. We can really see the potential of this team. Maybe Grayson Allen gets sprinkled in there as well. And then we'll start to worry about the playoffs.
Yeah.
But kind of like you said, though, Matthew, maybe it is a brand new chapter for Jalen Green, but let's just get through the season first.
But yeah, and hopefully Dennis Smith Jr. and that Rockets team, they don't win the championship.
Or we
this year.
trade for him, bring back. Where is Dennis Smith Jr.? That's a trivia time.
League.
He was in the league last year. I swear he
was.
This year, I don't know.
I feel like he was in the league this year as well. Like somewhere.
I'm just watching highlights of him. That's why he's in the back of my head. It's like Dennis Smith.
You're watching old Dennis Smith Jr. All right, so here we go. Oh, he hasn't played in the league since 2024. He last played with the Brooklyn Nets. There you go.
Real Madrid.
Oh, he's with Real Madrid. Okay, there you go. Who should we talk about next? The Suns, I think 7 guys scored in double figures, so there was a lot of positive performances out there. Who do you guys want to talk about next?
Who do you got, Geek?
Ryan Dunn.
I like it.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun
Ryan Dunn, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. He goes for 12 points, his first time scoring in double digits since November. Add in 4 total rebounds, a couple of assists, and just so you guys know, he's 6 of his last 9. All right, in his last 3-point, shot attempts. 6 of his last 9. He was again 2 of 3 tonight, but over his last 3 games, he's 6 of 9. So it's a very, very small sample size. But Suns Geek, tell me why he's on in your bright side book thing segment.
You know what, though? Like you said, it's a small sample size, but I will take it because really, I know you can say this about like a lot of guys coming off your bench, but any points we can get, especially from a Ryan Dunn type player, is just an added bonus. But he's looking a lot more confident out there. I don't know if this is just like a second half of the season surge that we're seeing from him. We all know what he can do on defense, blah, blah, blah. No, I want to see what you can do on offense, Ryan Dunn. We saw.
Do we know what he can do on defense? I'm not a huge fan of him on defense.
Maybe that's a conversation for another time. But but still, I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, no, he looked a lot more confident tonight, and a lot of that was with Oso Ighodaro, where they had that little back and forth pass, and he just went up and threw it down for the boom room, and then later returned the favor to Oso Ighodaro. By the way, Colin Gillespie passed it to Ryan Dunn in order for him to throw it to Oso Ighodaro. But yeah, just looking like a more confident player. Keep launching those threes, and we'll talk about the defense later.
What do you got, Matthew? Anything on Ryan Dunn?
Not too much. I just think anybody on this roster, I don't think there's too much pressure on a lot of these guys this season, but I think Ryan Dunn has the most pressure out of anybody that I can think of. I think Oso's kind of proved himself, obviously, trust him, but Ryan Dunn, what we're seeing this year, he was, what was the award I gave him? God, dude, Acid Wash Jeans Award.
The Acid Jeans Award.
Yeah, I gave him that award, and he's kind of living up to it. Obviously, this last 30 game stretch or so, because I feel like everyone kind of came back down to earth watching him, be like, yeah, he's not that great. But I do think that he has a lot of pressure to end this, heading into the All-Star break.
Yeah, this is the award that Matthew gave to Ryan Dunn before the season began.
The Acid Jeans Award for the guy who's the most washed.
Gilmore.
Who did you give it to?
I'd have to go back and look.
Was it Bobo? Oh.
No, Bobo wasn't on the team.
Bol.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, should we do a mid-season Jammy Awards? But no. Like, I like making our Jammy Award predictions at the beginning of the season, which we always do. And
we can't change them.
Right? You can't change them. But two, I don't want to see them again until the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who are new to the podcast, you can go back, listen to our pod, look on our YouTube channel, look up our Jammy Awards. And Matthew and I make preseason predictions every year. And it's fun to go back and see how wrong or how right we were on certain things. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Like the Pistons making the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
You go. So one thing I will say about Ryan Dunn, and this is what's wrong with me as a Suns fan. Part of it is that I'm a Suns fan. Is Matthew's 100% correct? Like, there's not a lot of pressure on these guys this year. Ryan Dunn probably carries the most pressure just because he is in the second year of development. He is kind of their last high draft pick that they're going to have for a while outside of Come On Malawach, and he really needs to be an integral part of the succession plan here in Phoenix for this team to be a viable option and a competitive option over the next few seasons, because they lack draft capital completely and utterly. But here's again my issue as a Suns fan. I'm already thinking of next year and like the conversations we're going to have this upcoming summer about who's going to stay, who's going to go, and then how much pressure is going to be on the team next year because they were successful this year. You know, that's how fucked in the head I am as a Suns fan. I can't even enjoy the fact that this team right now, what are we, 32-22? You know, the Lakers are about to lose tonight, so that's going to do something in the standings. And I'm just like, man, they're going to have a lot of pressure on them next year. I'm like, dude, John, stop. Just enjoy the ride right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
We have to enjoy it, but I do think about the same thing. I do.
Yeah.
Under the cap now, it's like, what are they going to do? Right.
And another thing, too, is, obviously we have Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks, and maybe Rasheer Fleming. Like, they all play the same position. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
saying. Anyone else we want to talk about in the right side?
How about Coward? Oh, wait, we didn't draft him.
Oh, yeah, true. Very high. I love Cedric Coward. I still do.
Yeah.
How about this guy?
The best part of waking up is Amir Coffee.
Welcome to the team, Amir Coffee. He gets his first game minutes tonight with the Suns. Plays 13 minutes. Played with the closing unit there for a while. 6 total points. He's 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. He had 4 personal fouls because everyone had 4 personal fouls, but he did have a steal, a couple rebounds, and assist as well. Amir Coffee, initial impressions. What do you guys got?
I actually thought he was going to score 20. I feel like these guys that come to a new team, like they
always like Nick Richards.
What did Jock Landale drove to his new team? Where is he playing now?
Atlanta.
And he scored like 25 and 16 or something like that.
He had like 31. It was like
it was crazy, dude. I was like, okay, like these guys that get traded, they come and try to prove themselves, and he was good tonight. I think the fouls though, the Mavericks, like you said, they were getting a lot of calls, but I think what Coffee was doing was, I think it was pretty good defense. A lot of the calls I feel like were kind of bad. I'm surprised that I didn't review a lot of them, but obviously you don't have too many reviews. But I do think that Coffee he's fun, but someone even commented about him splitting time with with Dunn. Like, how's that going to look too? Like, it can kind of sting a little bit, right? Like Oso kind of taking minutes over Mark Williams now. It's like these guys are kind of just ramping up to be more of a physical tool for Ott in his defense. So who knows how he's going to use Coffee down the line.
Real quick, I just want to make sure we're okay because my internet was kind of acting up.
You're good.
You're good.
But it's his first game. You know what I mean? Wasn't he technically active against the Sixers? But he didn't play. Yeah, I'm just saying it was his first game. Looked confident in his son's debut, and I feel like Amir should just be happy for the fact, like you mentioned, John, the fact that he was with the starters kind of midway through that fourth quarter. That's got to be a big compliment already. He's just got to be a little consistent. It's his first game. He's been in the Valley less than a week, so I think he'll be fine. He looked really good out there, and I can see why they traded for him.
Yeah, Saul says it in the chat, and I agree with this. It looked like he fit in.
Yeah.
He looked like he fit in. He playing weak side defense, being disruptive. That's ultimately who and what this team is and what they're designed to do. And it's a good problem to have, all these different guys competing and trying to hustle the next guy, because if you're not going to bring it for a couple nights, you're going to spend a couple nights on the bench. And it's a depth play. That's what it is. It's he gave more than Nigel Hayes Davis ever did in one night. He honestly did.
Yeah.
I was impressed with him more in 13 minutes than I was 195 minutes of Nigel Hayes Davis.
Ouch.
All right, let's see what was going on in Dallas tonight. The Suns Jam Session subreddit stakeout.
Subreddit Stakeout is brought to you by Nettles Air Conditioning, motherfucker.
You need a unit, we've got you covered. NettlesAir.com is where to go, brother. Call 623-444-4888. Nettles Air makes your home feel great.
Whoa.
Do you feel bad for Dallas fans? Matthew's muted, but he's shaking his head.
No, I was going to say I don't, just because I think that how this is going to play out is that Luka's not going to win a championship in 5 to 6 years.
Agreed.
They know who he is, and they got Cooper Flag, dude. That guy's fucking incredible.
I'm not as high on Cooper Flag as you guys are.
Really?
He's still just a guy to me.
Just wait.
Yeah, it's on team building. In all honesty, I think Cooper Flag is as a third best option is like the best possible third best option in the league.
Really? You don't think he could be the star of the team?
He doesn't have a jumper. He doesn't. He's very.
That's a hot take.
But look at his, he shoots like 29% from deep, man. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
he's 6'10".
He's figuring it out.
He 100%. He's also 19. He's got a long way to go. But this is like a long running conversation that we have in the office about whether or not Cooper Flag is just a guy or just a guy plus. Like, we have this whole system that I've written down on a whiteboard saying, okay, there's different levels to being a player. Scrub, just a guy plus, him plus, and the guy or something. I forget. I don't know. But we're having a hard time with Flag and where to put him right now. But whatever. Fuck him. So here's what was said on the Dallas Mavericks subreddit tonight.
Suns are a good 3-point shooting team. Hopefully they get the math win.
Again, they wanted to lose this game, the fan base.
We tanked 2 games after an injury-riddled season and an honest attempt at the play-in.
And that's when the Dallas Mavericks tanked to get Derek Lively.
What Utah is doing this season is shameful, and I hope karma comes back to bite them.
What do you guys think about that? With obviously the Mavericks, they did tank in the back in the past, and it was very well known, and they got Derek Lively out of it. They didn't get rewarded essentially for doing it. Utah literally was in a game and sat everybody. They just got Jaren Jackson. They sat him and lost the game. What are your thoughts on tanking and the Utah situation? And should the Mavericks fans even talk about it?
I love it because Utah admits it. And the head coach will say, yeah, we didn't play him. We're not going to play him. It makes sense. They have the guys that they want to build on in the future. And you can still play these guys. They don't have to end the game for you. There's no rules against that. Like, they're doing the right thing. I don't think it hurts these guys currently on the Utah Jazz because they know they have to build for next season. Their roster looks better than ever for like the last 10 years. I feel like they have something to really build on. Go into next year and kind of figure out from there and get a good pick.
Yeah, I agree with Matthew there, especially with the Jazz. Like, I think they're going to be pretty good next season. But for Dallas, I mean, in all fairness, look at like what the last year with the Luka trade, you know, the injuries to Kyrie Irving, and then the whole Anthony Davis stuff, and then moving on from that and rebuilding. It's like, I mean, they shouldn't really be tanking the way they are, but it's also kind of like I don't really blame them. So I don't know.
I don't really care about tanking. Like, I really don't. Like, I play fantasy.
You don't care if they do tank?
Yeah,
like,
I don't care if teams tank.
Yeah.
Like, so I play in a fantasy football league where you can trade future draft picks. And every year, if you're a team that's not headed to the playoffs, you'll sell off you identify who your keepers are. You sell off a couple of your draft picks and a couple of your players who you're not going to keep and try to get better draft capital for the next year. Like, that's the game. You know, and if your team that's competing, you have to make a decision. Do I want to sell off future draft capital and an opportunity to win now? Like, every team is going through the same thing. I don't get why tanking is so bad. You know,
it's not.
The only thing that pisses me off is I think we've played the Jazz as many times as we're going to this season, and the Wizards who are also doing it. I'm like, damn it, why didn't we catch the tanking teams early or late? Not early.
I know when they figured it out.
And it helps teams like us.
Yeah. The other thing, though, I just want to say is like the way the NBA is now, I think it's kind of leaning towards a lot of these teams don't tank as much. I think a lot of them know, like, hey, if we're out east, we're the Hornets. We have a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, that's how open it is, I think, out there. That team is really fucking good.
Yeah, they are.
And if they stay healthy and they run into some teams with some injuries or something, like they can surprise some people. And I think that's how it is out east. If you're out west, like the Jazz, and you're already down there, you have a decent team. And you were like, hey, maybe we can make the plan and make a difference like this season and kind of get up there, maybe make a run at the second round. It's not going to happen out west, but out east, it makes sense, I feel like.
Yeah, out east it does, but out west, and you look at Utah, you look at what Dallas is doing, and you know that they're giving up, right? They're trying to lose games in order to maximize draft capital or to trigger a pick. And that's another thing with all, you know, who is it who has a top 8 protected pick? Zach Lowe was talking about this today, where essentially it's like they're tanking. So it's the Wizards. The Wizards, like, if they get a pick that's 9th or worse, they give up that pick. But if they get a top 8 pick, it's protected. So they're going to do everything they can so they at least have the asset. And that's baked into the challenge of tanking. It's like, well, teams are incentivized to lose games in order to hold on to draft picks because all these protections and the swaps and the way that the league is kind of broken in that capacity. And again, I don't ultimately mind it because it's good strategy. Again, if you're a fan who's going to the games and you're looking forward to seeing a young developing team like the Washington Wizards have, outside of getting Anthony Davis and whatnot, but they're sitting like Alex Sarr or something, you're like, dang, I want to see him. I want to see his development. But here in Phoenix, we know what that's like. Devin Booker having injuries at the end of the season, TJ Warren with neck injuries that are mysterious. You know, these aren't the first teams to do it. It happens every year, and every year there's just people beating the drum and of relative to frustrations with these things. It's just kind of the natural order of things. You know, you're either a buyer or you're a seller, and you just got to kind of accept it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and there's no way to stop it either. So you got to just continue to there's 10 teams that are really good that you want to watch in the NBA that are good, that can fight with the Suns, I feel like, to the end of these games. The rest of them, the 20 others, they all suck. They're all beatable. They're just boring to watch. That's how I feel about the NBA by the time right now, midway through the season.
Continuing, the gods will reward us with another top 3 pick because of ethical tanking. They will smite the Jazz. And that's my thing. The Jazz will do all this tanking. They'll still end up with the 5th pick because they always end up with the 5th pick. Intrigued by Tyus Jones' tank commanding skills. Phoenix is handicapped with $20 million of dead money, yet they're still this good. Honestly impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, because that guy's on the court.
Fire Nico's ass twice for dropping this team from having the best point guard in the league to the complete shit they're trotting out right now.
Jeez.
So far, we're really good at everything except offense and defense.
Special teams?
Jesus Christ, Brooks is annoyingly good. Booker has to be thinking, what a fucked up team. They used to be so good when looking at the Mavericks. That's another thing why I don't have any pity for the Mavs fans. Like, you guys were utterly intolerable trolls after beating us in 2022. I'll never forget it. over helping on Jalen. He isn't a good 3-point shooter. Let him take it. This guy Book,
Book. Hey.
traveling like a motherfucker. Here's some acknowledgement. The free throw discrepancy is nuts. And then the last comment that I have from the Dallas Mavericks subreddit stakeout, brought to you by Nettles Air. I hope our next GM can see the value of having so many shooters. The Suns and Celtics win games just off of that. The Suns Jam Session subreddit stakeout. All right, any other notes we want to talk about before we hand out some hardware and talk about what's next, my friends?
No more notes, but I mean, are we always going to jump on the pod and be like, oh my God, we gave up a 20-point run? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like the NBA, like,
no,
that just sucks. It's always
because it happens all the time. And literally when it happened in the first half, we were up 30 and then we were up 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, like there's no need to talk about it. Things will stabilize. For me, the thing that was worth talking about in this game was the fact that we were up 21 and we gave up a 15, they gained 15 on us in the final quarter again. Yeah. It's a reoccurring theme now. It's one thing to give up 20-point runs at points in the game because we put 20-point runs on them, but it's to give up leads to subpar competition in the fourth quarter. That's what concerns me.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, let's do Jamstar. What do you got? What do you got?
My bad. I was just gonna say, Suns are now 15-0 when leading at halftime by 10+ points. That's all I got.
Wow, dude.
Whoa, you didn't even give me a chance to do one of these.
Ooh, dang, stat me.
No, the stat me. Listen to what Suns Geek said before that.
Apologies, Dave King. But yes, the Phoenix Suns are now 15-0 when leading by 10+ points. Let's freaking go. If we could do that in the playoffs, that'd be amazing.
Playoffs.
Jam star of the game.
Jamsters, a reminder, subscribe, rate, and review. If you're on the Suns Jam Session channel, head over to the Suns Geek channel, give him a thumbs up and a sub. Do the same if you're on Suns Geek. Head over to the Suns Jam Session podcast. We're up to 4,080.
Let's go.
I haven't made any shorts this week, though. I've been busy, life, liberty, the pursuit of Zelda. I beat Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
I'm like, I could make a short about Devin Booker being in the 3-point contest, which I forgot to talk about tonight. But I'd rather play Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now I'm ready for Tears of the Kingdom. And make sure you stop by Bubba Chubb's Cards and Collectibles by going to BubbaChubbsCards.com or follow him on Instagram at Bubba Chubb's Cards. You get cool cards. You want to see my newest card? Wham! It's a Devin Booker Tops Now card of him hitting a game winner over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Limited edition card. It's got him making the shot. I don't know if you remember that buzzer beater. We play them tomorrow night. What's that?
Is that the bubble one?
No, this happened earlier this season on January 4th. It's got like the date. They do these Tops Nows cards. It's really, that was great.
You keep it
visuals.
frequent. Nice. Very cool.
I'm a nut. But it's Jamstar. A lot of options here. Again, 7 guys scored in double figures. So what do you got? Let's go with the Geek. Who you Jamstaring out to tonight? I'm guessing you're on mute. I mean, I'm just throwing a guess out there.
So sorry, guys. It's been a weird night. My apologies. A lot of great choices here, but man, I'm probably overhyping it just a little bit like I normally do. But I'm going to go Ryan Dunn, man. Ryan Dunn for me.
Whoa,
and then you guys know I like to do my honorable mentions. The fact that we had Devin Booker, Jalen Green, and Dylan Brooks on the court tonight. That's my second jam star.
What do you got, Matthew?
I'm going to go Dylan Brooks. Yeah, it's his team right now. So he's going to win Jam Star till Book wins it back. So he'll be Jam Star till I'm like, okay, but it's Booker's team again.
I'm giving it to Booker. I liked what I saw from Devin Booker tonight. Again, only 19 points, 16 shots to get there, but I liked the way that he controlled the game in the most important game, and he's what we missed against the Warriors. Had we had him in that game, I'm 100% confident that we win that game. So, again, just like the chat, everyone's kind of all over the place. We're all over the place too. Up next for the Suns tomorrow night, the Oklahoma City Thunder are coming to town fresh off a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. Or no, they beat the Lakers. They beat them.
They beat the Lakers. Okay.
That was actually fun. I tuned in that game. It was like 98-99. And then they went off. And I was like, yeah, it felt weird. But I will say.
Nice when the Lakers suck.
and they're getting killed tonight because they're not playing anybody tonight. So I haven't checked the standings, but the Suns it bodes well for the
7th.
standings.
Still.
Still, it's probably because that game isn't over yet. It was an 8 p.m. start.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that being said, what are you guys looking for tomorrow night when the defending NBA champions come to town? As Suns Geek mentioned, no SGA. He will not be playing, but Jalen Williams is back. So what do you guys think? What do you feel? And FYI, the Lakers are down 30. Right?
Man, I'm looking to hang a banner over the All-Star break just with the victory over the Thunder because it's it's back to back. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's make this the actual championship this year. It's the last game before All-Star break. Let's just go out there and show that the Thunder are beatable. I think the Suns, obviously, they won last game with a buzzer beater. And the Suns defensively, I think, can hang with the Thunder. Now that we're healthy, let's see if we can work out the kinks offensively at times. But I feel like this can be a huge victory for the Suns leading into after the All-Star break, man. I think it's going to happen. I'm looking for a Suns victory.
Yeah. I'm going to echo everything Matthew just said. Just hopefully we're healthy. Hopefully Jalen Green plays, et cetera, et cetera. This Thunder team is still really good without SGA, despite being 5-5 in their last 10. It doesn't matter. Let's beat them. It'd be awesome to beat them twice this season. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll say that first and foremost, I'm with you guys. Beating this team, it'd be huge for this team, especially going into the All-Star break. It just from a feel-good standpoint. Jalen Williams, local kid, had his jersey retired tonight. God, what high school did he go to?
Moss Point?
No.
Caesar. It wasn't Caesar.
Little
Chavez? Was it Caesar Chavez?
It
It might have been.
Little Caesar Chavez.
But I will say that watching Jalen Williams last night play against the Lakers, he fucking annoys me, dude. That whole team annoys me.
They're all
Perry.
ugly.
It was Perry and Gilbert.
Perry. That's right. Good pull on that one. But he complains, bro.
Yeah.
He was having a game. He was feeling it. And after every call, he hits a jumper where he just spins into a turnaround, hits like a 8-9 footer. No one touches him. No one's around. I mean, he's still bitching at the officials. I was like, dude, don't.
Yeah.
Again, there's this thing I have where I want to root for local guys, but when you look at you guys, James Harden and Lou Dort, I can't stand them. Rising that list, I'm like, dude, don't do this, man. I want to root for you because you're a local kid, and you are just bitching out of your mind. It's almost like SGA is on the bench, so I must assume I'm the guy who should get all the calls relative to contact, and the contact isn't occurring. So I'm worried about that tomorrow night.
Yeah, they're just the whole team's white trash, and they won the lottery. That's what they look like in their post-game press conferences. And it's crazy how badly we hate this team after they just won the championship, because before I was rooting for them. Now I can't stand them. It's like they don't deserve that championship. They're annoying. They talk a lot of shit, and like you said, they're always complaining, they deserve everything in the world. So that's why I love the fact that a lot of people are so hyping them as the championship favorite. They're not. I've known this months ago. This team's beatable, and they're not going to win the championship this year. They're going to lose in the second round.
Because when we lost to them by 50, I had Flex on the show. And shout out to Flex, RIP to your mother, man. I know you're going through it. But the conversation that Flex and I had was, this team, I know they just beat us by 50, but him and I spent the entire podcast talking about how this team is highly beatable. There are a lot of issues with this team. And again, there's just this air about them that, to your point, Matthew, nobody likes the Thunder. It's kind of funny because, and I wasn't rooting for them last year. I wanted the Pacers to win because, again, as the season progressed and you watch them, you're like, these guys are just a bunch of assholes, man. You got Lou Dort out there who's actively tripping and stepping on people. You got SGA foul baiting, and you got Jalen Williams complaining the whole time, as is Chet Holmgren. And I just again, the style of basketball they play, in theory, I should like it because there's ball movement and there's defense, but there's also, the fact that Mark Dano and the whole the organization submitted the most complaints to the officials last year, and they benefited so much. It's like, you guys, I don't know, there's just something about the Thunder I don't like. So when I look at tomorrow night's game, the one thing the guy they got to shut down, I think you know it, I think I know it, it's Dennis Smith Jr. He can't go off tomorrow.
Man, if I know he's been on a tear, and that may be the guy that really holds that team together. He's the glue. Really, just a shout out for Chet Holmgren though, and Victor Wembanyama. not a very good take. I don't like watching these guys right now. I don't think they really are adjusting right now their game to the NBA, and they're kind of frustrating for me to watch. So I'll just say that.
Tonight's not the night.
And
man.
I don't
Victor
think Chet should have been an
Wembanyama-
all-star. I think just to
I agree with that. Victor Wembanyama had 25 points in the first 10 minutes against the Lakers tonight. That's all I know before we started recording.
I know. I'm just
I don't
joking.
mind
I'm just trying to
Wemby.
throw some bad takes out there.
Oh, it's bad take time.
No, I was saying Chet shouldn't
Chet
be.
Holmgren's good.
Chet shouldn't be. No, he's good.
Chet Holmgren, was he our
I'm done.
16th president?
I'm
No,
joking.
it was Abraham Lincoln. Oh yeah, it's like Caruso, another guy. Like
Trash.
I'm not a big Caruso guy. Suns Geek
When
you're
they're
awfully
winning, we're
quiet
gonna
over
hate
there.
them. So, well, I mean, we're just gonna talk. We're just saying bad stuff. I'm saying terrible things.
I don't know if
Victor
I agree with
Wembanyama
you guys.
sucks.
I respect your opinion, but I don't.
I'm getting ready for the playoffs. I'm getting ready for the playoffs. When we have to play these teams in the playoffs, I'm getting
When
ready
we're
for
the
that.
8 seed.
Suns are gonna upset the
Yeah, well,
Thunder
no,
round one, baby. Let's go.
When we go to yeah, we're gonna play one of these teams in probably the first round, maybe, and then maybe the second round. So
In the finals, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's us versus the. I don't know.
it's gonna be the Hornets Suns in the finals this year. Can't wait.
Let's go. I'm all here for that, man. And we'll lose the horny
Yeah,
Hornets.
dude.
That would be
The horny
all right.
Hornets.
Well, it's been an hour-long show. We appreciate everyone who's hanging out with our bad takes. This is what happens when you stick around this long. But we love you for doing so. Suns Geek, tell them where to follow you.
Search Suns Geek on YouTube. I love being on these pods where we go live on both channels. I appreciate you guys, and let's beat the Thunder tomorrow, baby, and then rest during NBA All-Star break, please.
Matthew, where can they follow you?
Matthew, let's see.
At Matthew's
Actually,
Bad Takes.
I can never log in. Yeah, these bad takes. Throw them out there. Maybe I'm right, but yeah, love you guys.
And you can follow me at Darth Voida on Twitter and read all my writing at brightsideofthesun.com, where myself and the team, even though it's going into the All-Star break, plenty to talk about. So make sure you stop by there. Matthew, tell them what to do.
Go on, family, everybody.
Hey, you're listening to the Suns Jam Session podcast, shooting the shit about the Suns since 2019.